Hey everyone, welcome back. Tonight, I want to tell you about a place that's more than just haunted. It's consumed. Consumed by something ancient and malevolent. I call it the Whispering Woods. People say the trees themselves are alive, that they remember every single dark thing that's ever happened there. This isn't just a story, it's a warning. Because some places just don't want to let you leave. My grandfather was a forester, a man of the woods. He knew the language of the trees, the secrets held within the rustling leaves. He always warned me about the northernmost part of the Blackwood Forest, a place locals called the Whispering Woods. Stay away from there, boy, he'd say, his voice low and grave. Those trees, they ain't right. They whisper secrets you ain't meant to hear. Of course, being a stubborn kid, those words were like a dare. And one autumn, when the leaves were bleeding crimson and gold, I decided to ignore his warning. I was young, arrogant, and thought I knew better. I packed a bag, grabbed my grandfather's old compass, and ventured into the woods. The deeper I went, the colder it became. The sunlight, which had been so bright just moments before, struggled to penetrate the dense canopy above. An unnatural twilight settled around me, and the air grew heavy, thick with the scent of damp earth and decay. That's when I heard it, the whispering. At first, it was just a faint susurrus, like the wind rustling through the leaves. But as I pressed on, the whispers grew louder, more distinct. They seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once, swirling around me, teasing the edge of my hearing. The trees in the whispering woods were unlike any I'd ever seen. They were ancient, their trunks gnarled and twisted like arthritic fingers reaching for the sky. Their branches were bare. Even though other trees around them were still thick with foliage, they seemed to watch me, their dark, hollow knots like eyes. As I walked, I noticed something odd. The whispers seemed to be forming words. My name, Daniel. They hissed, the sound scraping against my sanity. Daniel, get out! Suddenly, I stumbled upon a clearing. In the center stood a massive oak, easily the oldest tree in the forest. Its branches were laden with strange ornaments, bones, feathers, and scraps of faded cloth. A chill ran down my spine. This place felt wrong, dead wrong. As I stared at the oak, the whispers intensified, coalescing into a chorus of voices. They were angry, pleading, and filled with unimaginable sorrow. I could almost make out individual words, snippets of conversations, screams of terror. It was as if the tree was a living record of every terrible event that had ever occurred in the Whispering Woods. Then the ground beneath me began to tremble. Roots, thick as pythons, erupted from the earth, snaking towards me. I screamed and stumbled backward, tripping over a gnarled root. As I fell, I saw it. A face carved into the trunk of the oak. A face contorted in agony, its eyes wide with terror, and it was looking right at me. I scrambled to my feet and ran. The whispers pursued me, growing louder, more insistent. Branches whipped at me, clawing at my clothes. The ground seemed to shift and twist beneath my feet, trying to trip me. I ran blindly, desperately trying to escape the living nightmare that had become the Whispering Woods. I don't know how long I ran, but eventually I burst out of the trees and into the familiar sunlight. I didn't stop running until I reached my grandfather's cabin, my lungs burning, my heart pounding. I never went back to the Whispering Woods. My grandfather, seeing the terror in my eyes, didn't press me for details. He just nodded grimly and said, "They almost got you, boy. They almost got you." He knew what I'd faced. The trees remember, and they hunger to this day. I can still hear the whispers sometimes, especially when the wind is strong. And I know, with a certainty that chills me to the bone, that the whispering woods are still out there, waiting for their next victim. So if you ever find yourself near the Blackwood Forest, heed my warning. Stay away from the northern edge, because some secrets are best left buried. What do you think? Have you ever heard whispers in the woods? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, give it a like and subscribe for more chilling tales. Until next time, sleep tight and don't listen to the trees. They always want something. Always.